Hey everyone, April79 here, and today I have a new video and it's a hair tutorial. I'm going to show you a simple style that I call early morning because it is so fast and so easy. Pretty much anyone can do it in any frame of time. So the only things that you need for this is a hairbrush and a hair straightener. Optional things is like a hair tie if you want to put your hair up afterwards, and there's leave-in spray-on conditioner. I use this every time because this kind is Design Line Normal Care, and it has a great fragrance to it, and it helps hold it in place. And I use this one right before I press my hair. It's actually called Get It Pressed. It's a flat iron spray. It just helps protect my hair from the heat so that I don't get much damage because of the hair straightener. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush through my hair. And I already pre-brushed it, so there's not really much to brush. And then what I do is I gather my hair up in the back and pretty much divide it into two sides, like I was going to put pigtails up, which as you can see don't look good on me. And I will put them over here like this, so they kind of lean down past my neck a little bit. And then I'm going to put my spray on. What I do is I put a little bit into my hand, and then I run it through my hair. I feel like it conserves the spray as well as gets it in your hair better, because you can stick your fingers down in and get it where you want it. I wouldn't recommend getting it too super wet though, because you're about to straighten it, and no matter what your straightener says, it's always worse for your hair if you straighten it when it's wet. It doesn't matter what is said on fancy packaging or anything. So I have my straightener here, and it is set to the highest heat setting, and I'm just gonna pull this up and grab a little piece and straighten it. You don't even have to stick with that little area too. You can kind of branch away if need be. So as you can see, it's already starting to look a little bit straighter than the other side does, which is all curly, and I hate it. After you get a good section like this done, next thing I recommend doing is taking the brush back through your hair just real quick to make sure it's done, and it'll sit down like that, and then you can kind of just keep that out of your mind and take the second piece over here for that side and get the straightener up in there and straighten it. One thing that will not help with speed is if you use bigger chunks of hair as you go, because the bigger the chunk, the hotter your hair is, and it also sets up uneven damaging because the hair on the inside is still getting hot, so it's getting damaged, but the hair that's touching the flat iron directly is getting a lot less of that, and it's touching the ceramic plates here. I don't know what kind you have. My plates are ceramic, and it is very bad. It probably would have damaged my hair had I not used this spray when I put my conditioner in. Right before you move to the other side, I would recommend pulling all this hair up brushing through it real quick to make sure you got all the knots and anything like that out. And I'd go through the bigger chunk of it one more time. And the difference between this and what I said you shouldn't do is because this is only targeting the outside. It's not straightening all of it. So this won't save you time. It's not even a necessary step, but I like to use it just to be safe. One thing I'm going to do now is a hair comparison in length. This side over here that I'm running my fingers through is the side that I just straightened, and this side over here is the side that I have not gotten to yet. And as you can see, it's about an inch or two longer. And one thing you may notice is that my hair still has some waves to it. I like it like that, but if you don't, you can always, go back up and press them out. Now on to the other side. Make sure it's brushed throughout. And then pull down. If you hear a little sizzle or something like that, you probably used too much of whatever spray you're using. One thing I do want to stress is to not do this hairstyle if your hair is wet. It's not even that good for you to brush your hair when it's wet. Granted, straighten it, so I really would try my hardest to avoid that, because all you do is avoid damage when you avoid wet and heat. Another tip, and this may sound kind of silly that I'm actually going to say this, but I will because I have seen people do it, is that you need to be careful. Long story short, I don't care how old you are, if you're 16, I don't care. Because it's when you're putting your hand through your hair like this shortly after straightening it, you can hurt your hand badly. You can burn yourself just by touching your hair, which had the straightener through it recently. It may not seem like that big of a concern, but it does hurt as much as if you actually hit the straightener to your hand. Neither one feels good. Jeez, bless me. And both of them hurt. Especially if you're like me and have your straightener at the highest possible setting. And this is a Conair, so that does get pretty hot. It will hurt you and burn you, so be careful. Back to the main topic on hand. Once you get your hair to where you are happy with it, you can pull it around, put it where you want it, all that. If you want to, you can pull it up. It does look great in like a ponytail, whatever. It's really long. And overall, it just looks great. One thing I'd recommend doing if you're like me and like the way that, leave-in conditioner smells is I spray a little bit into your hand, a teeny bit more than you used for, pre-prep, just a smidge bit more, and I'd rub that just on the surface, like don't go in between, and I'd do a couple sprays of the heat conditioning thing, on your hair too, because it's not just for pre-damage, it's also repair. But yeah, after you do that, you can pull your hair around and you're ready. And as you can see, I finished this video in 10 minutes, and I actually gave you a long version, so you can see how this video is quick, and you can see how the hairstyle is quick too. The longest part of this video is probably brushing your hair if your hair gets knotty and tangly very often. Mine doesn't really do that. Sometimes it does in the morning, but it's 1:30 a.m. I've been up for like 12 hours. A lot more than that because I was still in school at 1:30. Oh well, I don't do math. But yeah, if you like this hairstyle and you want to see more, like this video, comment, and subscribe. I will put a box somewhere around me, probably, you know, over here or over here somewhere. And click that, subscribe, and you'll be seeing more of these videos soon. Promise. Bye.